On today's episode of What's Broken at the Farm is my in-laws Kubota BX1860. The mechanics of the tractor was just a bunch of backlog maintenance that I did. That was sort of the deal of, I can borrow it as long as I basically fixed it. So part of fixing it was it needed a new cutting edge, which, as you can see, I've already gotten that removed off of here. I really wasn't planning on making this a video until now. I was just needle scaling the inside. It was really rusty, and you can see that there's a crack, or actually a rust hole, that has cracked in the bottom edge of the bucket there. So we'll fix that up. I've decided now we're going to video some of this, just because I think that it, sort of warrants a neat video kind of thing, and maybe somebody else will see this and say, hey, I can do that too. So cutter bars, or cutting edges, or leading edges, or whatever the proper terminology or the terminology that you may use, for a Kubota bucket, or at least a 4-foot Kubota bucket. Actually, this thing's 46 and change wide, inches that is, are not readily available, at least around here. So the edge that I bought is actually a 5-footer. You can see I've already trimmed it to length here. This piece on top is just to cut off. We'll get this fit into that spot. I'll get it clamped up, and I'll bring you back. And just like that, here we are, mocked up, clamped up, ready to tack in place here. I think we're going to do that, gear up here real quick, get that done. It's actually starting to get fairly dark, which, happens rather early now that the time has changed to joy, oh joy. So for anyone that's wondering, these are the blue clamps, at least. These are Yoast clamps. The other ones are just your standard run-of-the-mill vice grip clamps. The Yoast ones, I think they came from Amazon, I don't know, a year ago, maybe. I don't know. They were relatively affordable at the time. And, usually I'll say the affordable clamps, the cheap clamps, are usually not that great. These are pretty good, and also were very affordable if anybody's looking. There's a backside shot of those holes in the bucket. I got it ground. We're going to put a patch plate over it, just like that. Weld the seam. I'm sure you can hear the welding machine warming up behind me here. That's where we are. We'll get this tacked up and show you the finished result. Okay, patch plate's in. I ended up splitting it, well, sort of splitting it, putting a relief in it down the middle, bending it over to match the backside here. Got that all welded in. Wire wheeled the whole bottom side, sprayed rust reformer on it. I think we are going to put a little bit of paint on this thing before it goes back. More as a preservation, more so than a restoration. And then on the inside of the bucket, what I did is basically just flattened it out where those holes were, and welded a bunch of passes in there. Unfortunately, just kept on burning it through into that backing plate. And eventually I got off far enough to where the metal was decent again. And that's what we have here. Extra shiny now, since the rust reformer is still wet back there. And I ran out right here. And here we are, next day. Trip to the store later. Actually, last night got some more rust reformer. Brushed a coat of paint on it. Nice, glossy black, because that makes sense. Actually, it was just a partial can that I had. Anything to use up, didn't need to be anything special for this. Anything on here is probably better than it was. So here's what we're left with. There's the patch again. Actually, you can hardly see it back there. It's kind of dark. Even though it is daytime. And the cutting edge, yes, I painted all the way to the end. That'll get torn off pretty much immediately, which is fine. Sides, nice black, Back part, I only painted where the rust was. I did spray some rust reformer on it. Got that all taken care of. But that's a wrap on this project. We're going to be hopefully working on the other orange tractor. I know I keep on saying that, and I have been actually working on it slowly. I just haven't taken much for video of it. But that's it for this one. You know, give me a like, comment down there. You know, tell me what you like, what you think. You know, I take any kind of feedback, and we'll see you in the next one.